ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਧਨਾਸਰੀ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਚੌਥਾ। ਕਲਯੁਗ ਕਾ ਧਰਮ ਕਹੋ ਤੁਮ ਭਾਈ, ਕਿਵ ਛੂਟ ਹੈ ਹਮ ਛੁਟਕਾ ਕੀ। ਹਰ ਹਰ ਜਪ ਬੇੜੀ ਹਰ ਤੁਲਹਾ, ਹਰ ਜਪਿਓ ਤਰੈ ਤਰਾਕੀ। ਹਰ ਜੀ ਲਾਜ ਰਖੋ ਹਰ ਜਨ ਕੀ, ਹਰ ਹਰ ਜਪਨ ਜਪਾਵਹੁ ਆਪਣਾ। ਹਮ ਮਾਂਗੀ ਭਗਤ ਇਕਾਕੀ, ਹਰ ਕੇ ਸੇਵਕ ਸੇ ਹਰ ਪਿਆਰੇ। ਜਿਨ ਜਪਿਓ ਹਰ ਬਚਨਾ ਕੀ, ਲੇਖਾ ਚਿੱਤਰ ਗੁਪਤ ਜੋ ਲਿਖਿਆ। ਸਭ ਛੂਟੀ ਜਮ ਕੀ ਬਾਕੀ, ਹਰ ਕੇ ਸੰਤ ਜਪਿਓ ਮਨ ਹਰ ਹਰ। ਲਗ ਸੰਗਤ ਸਾਧ ਜਨਾ ਕੀ, ਦਿਨਿਅਰ ਸੂਰ ਤ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨਾ ਅਗਨ ਬੁਝਾਨੀ। ਸਿਵ ਚਰਿਓ ਚੰਦ ਚੰਦਾਕੀ, ਤੁਮ ਵੱਡ ਪੁਰਖ ਵੱਡ ਅਗਮ ਅਗੋਚਰ। ਤੁਮ ਆਪੇ ਆਪ ਅਪਾਕੀ, ਜਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਕਉ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕੀਜੈ। ਕਰ ਦਾਸਨ ਦਾਸ ਦਸਾਕੀ, ਤੁਮ ਵੱਡ ਪੁਰਖ ਵੱਡ ਅਗਮ ਅਗੋਚਰ। ਤੁਮ ਆਪੇ ਆਪ ਅਪਾਕੀ, ਜਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਕਉ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕੀਜੈ। ਕਰ ਦਾਸਨ ਦਾਸ ਦਸਾਕੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, today's ਪਾਵਨ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ from ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿਮੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ has been blessed to us by ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਚੌਥੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ, fourth Guru Sahiban on Ang 668. And in this Shabad Guru Ramdas ji Sache Padshah, we start off with a question on what they say to us. And today in this Tanasri Rag, Tanasri Mahalla Chautha, Kaljug ka dharm kaho tum bhai. So that's the question. Guru Ramdas ji Sache Padshah ji is saying Kaljug ka dharm. Dharm here can be loosely translated to way. He's saying that Kaljug ka dharm kaho tum bhai, during this time of Kaljug, in this era that we are experiencing and going through at the moment, which turned over from Darbar Yug. And what is this time and this age all about? It's quite a strange one, because in Kaljug, and as I was contemplating this morning, that in the same breath I felt like there's some form of shift as well, of energy, where more people now are starting to seek the truth. I've started to realize that what I was getting all entangled in, these comforts that I thought were going to bring me sukh, this pleasure that I was seeking for constantly, realizing that actually I'm still dukhi, I'm still in pain and suffering. There is that, you can feel or see more of that shift now, where people have not necessarily escaped, but are starting to realize that this isn't where the sukh is. This isn't where true happiness actually lies. But Sangaji, Kali Yuga is that sama, is that time when this majority that are walking towards one direction. So for example, if you are within a workplace, and within that workplace you have majority people that may sit down in a group. There's 7-8 of you, there's all the staff get together during their lunch or break, whenever it may be, and they start conversing, they have a conversation, but within that conversation might come up another colleague, and without even a thought, they start completely rinsing that person. They start, so what is that? What does Guru Sahib call it? Nindya, slander. They completely shred and rip that person apart, bringing them down in the eyes of others. And many of times we may not even blink an eye towards that, unless there's obviously some form of consciousness where we embrace the Guru's wisdom on a daily basis and we contemplate and discuss these things. But otherwise, if not, many people won't even batter an eyelid to when actually involving themselves in these type of conversations and starting to completely rip somebody apart and bringing them down, and everybody's laughing and whatever or it might be together without even a thought. And when there's not even that thought, and when then something like that, slandering somebody, gossiping about somebody, sitting in that workspace, then it starts to become normal, Sangaji, and then that's when there's that issue and danger. That's what is called Kaljug. Then when you start to feel, ahi theek hai, this is normal, when we start to think that, oh, you don't even think about it. Ek ta hunda banda, Sangat ji, like Satguru ji, Sache Paatsh ji in Gurbani, very often they talk about somebody being an iana. Gur ki mat tu le iane. Bhagat ina bahut doobe siane. They talk about somebody being an siana, a iana. Iana, Sangat ji, somebody that is very childlike. That is saying, I don't know how to walk the path, I don't know which way to go. But an iana, this childlike, birti, this mindset, they've got an advantage, because an ayana is always still willing to say, look, I don't know which way to go, but here's my hand, show me the way. Ek bachcha ayana hai pyareo, une kise raste vichon langna ya, par oh apni ungl apne pita nu dinda, ta oh bachcha kehn laga, pitaji minu eh rasta aunda nahi. Pitaji main agge vi yatan kitta siga is raste vichon langn vaste, par main dig janna ya. But that child says, oh father, I don't know how to get through this path. I've tried and I fall. Aalo pitaji, aalo meri ungal, here, take my hand. Hold my hand, my father, and take me through this funfair of life. Iana pyare oa. ताई तो सच्चे पातशाह जी कहन लगे, कहंदे गुर की मत तू ले इयाने. Jada iana hove o guru di mat le sakda ya. The one that is like that childlike, they can actually receive the Guru's wisdom because they can say, here's my hand. Par pyare ek oh hunde ne jinna nu Sadguru ji Sache Paatsh ne achet birthi kiya ya. But there's those that are achet means completely unconscious, haven't got a clue at all. So imagine somebody's giving you a whole load of wisdom but you're asleep. You can't hear it, it's not even going in. And many of us today in Kaljug means we've fallen asleep. So there's not even something talking to us from inside to say, "Ah, tu ki ka kar reha ya?" Oh, awaaz hi assi andro band kar ditti ya. We've actually closed off that voice from inside, where we're not even hearing that inside voice that's saying that, "Na, tu na gal kar is tang de naal dusre bapt." That don't talk about somebody else in this way. Karke nahi ta oh jehda iana hove na, oh kenda ya main ta digda. They say that, look, hold my hand, and they'll say that mera guru ta kenda ya na. My guru says to me that ke asank nindak sir karhe par. That there's so many countless of slanderers out there. That's why Paatji has said countless. Because there's so many out there that are slandering without even a thought, is speaking about other people and bringing them down just so that what you can look better, so that you can get a certain position, you can get a certain place within your workplace. and without even a thought you bring them down, you talk down about them. ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਰ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ you're taking in a whole load onto your head. There's this weight you're going to be carrying throughout that conversation. But achet is somebody that has no awareness at all, and that's what it means. In Kaljug, you've got a whole load of people living in achetata, in this complete unawareness, and walking towards one direction. And because there's so many now that are walking towards that direction, and what happens is there's that one that Kaljug di nishani sangat ji, a nishani of Kaljug, a sign of Kaljug. And you know, if you can take this away, sangat ji, this is for me as well. You, wherever you may be going, you may be going to school, work, wherever it may be, college, uni, somebody's house. You might walk into an environment where without even a thought, there might be a group of people sitting there completely rinsing somebody else. And then you walk into that and you come with that thought that I don't want to speak about somebody else in that way. But the energy has been created in such a way that it's normalized. You walk into that and for a moment you're thinking, na, gal nahi karni, na, kise bare kuch kehna nahi. This is the wisdom I've received, or I'm not going to now. And then you think, or maybe I've got it wrong, or maybe it's not slander, and you start then trying to justify, you try and then work it out. Oh no, maybe this isn't that, maybe this isn't that. Oh maybe no, it's alright, it's just that they're just having a little chat. I might be the one that's wrong, because how can it be these all 8-9 of these, they're all okay with it, and then that starts to then affect you, and that's called Kaljug Sangat ji. Sache Paatshah ji here is saying Kaljug ka dharm kaho tum bhai. This saying Guru Ramdas ji Paatshah saying, tell us, within this time when it's so difficult, when the energy is so high of that what takes us away from Sukh, that what takes us away from Parmeshwar, from Vaheguruji, from happiness, that has started to become so normal, that vibration is so high that now what is that way? Dharam here could be translated to a, what is that way I can escape from all of this? And then and the beautiful thing about this, when I was reading this morning, I was give a chute. When the question comes, it's saying, how can I escape? Chute hai. How can I escape from these ways? Can they give a chute hai? Because I'm sure you've all experienced that you don't want to indulge in that conversation. Tanu pata vi ya ke eh nahi sahi, this isn't right. Just like Bhagt Kabir ji say, if I can remember the salok, where Bhagt Kabir ji saying, kende ke Kabir man janat sab baat. Kende Kabir ji kehn lage, kende Kabir man janat sab baat. Man jane maaf karna sab baat. Kende this mind knows everything. You've received so much Guru's wisdom, and I know and I try. Kabir man jane sab baat janat hi augan kara. But still I continue to make those mistakes. Kende kahe ki kushlat, kende ki khushi hui tenu. Kende what did you even get out of that knowledge then? That because it's knowledge for me yet. Because it's not yet become I've not been able to live it yet. So it's just knowledge yet. It's not become my wisdom yet, because I've not lived that way yet and experienced and grown from that yet. Kende kahe ki kushlat haath deep. You've even got the light, the Guru's wisdom in your hand. Kende kuhe pare, but you're still falling in that well. And Sangatji, that happens. How many times has that happened to you? Think about this now. You think in that, nay, I'm not going to. But then you cave, then you fall in. Give a chute. You want to escape. You say to yourself so many times, main nahi karna idda. I'm not going to speak about people in that way. And then that you're in that environment, the vibration of that slander is high, it's starting to feel normal, and then bang, you've done it again. And that's why this is now a plead. We can be pleading right now for whatever situation of life you feel that you struggle with. It could be anything, whatever that might be. So now is this is the question, but it can be an ardas. We could be saying from inside, Kev chhuta hai, hum chutkari. But the amazing part of this pangti is the word chutkari. Maaf karna, chutkaki. Sangat ji, chutkaki is somebody that is a seeker. Somebody that wants to escape but is struggling at the moment. That's the amazing part that blew my mind this morning. एक वो है, वो छुट्टिया नहीं हले, वो डिगदा या बच्चा. प्यारियो, I read a beautiful quote in a book that I was reading recently, and it said that falling is not failing. Not getting back up and accepting that as failure, then it becomes a failure. So falling is not failing, Sangatji. But when we don't get back up and continue to walk and try, then yes, it can be classed as failing. Jada banda betha reh jave, jada keh jave nahi main nahi bas ithu uthna, no, when I'm not going to get up from this. So sache kehndi kiv chhute hum chutka, I am somebody that wants to and is attempting to escape. And then in the next pangti, Pahaji blew my mind even more. Then they said, Hara hara jap bedi har tulha. Sangaji, a tulha, a bedi is a boat, but then a tulha is translated to a raft, which was often made out of bamboo sticks. It's a little raft that go along a river. And Sache Pahaji is giving us the answer here. This is hara hara japa. Meditating constantly on the name of God from inside, having the Gur mantra that the Guru gives us. Remember, it's the Guru that gives us the Gur mantra. The Gur mantra that is inside of us, constantly, complete focus and meditating on Vaheguru, 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 Har Har Jap Bedi. The saying that only sitting within that boat, within that raft, kende har japayo tara taraki. And then Sangat ji here again, Guru Ram Das Ji Paat ji does it. The saying har japayo, meditating on the name of God. What happens? Kende tara, yes, will survive. Yes, will escape from these situations of slander, be attachment, be whatever else it is for you. Be calm. Be lust. And then Tara, yes, you will escape sitting on the boat of the name of God. But here, look what they say. Taraki. They've said the swimmers will. Mere Sache Paach ji ne enj kyun aakh ditta? Why did Sache Paach say the swimmers? Because then isn't it that a swimmer can just swim and get across themselves? Nahi pyareo. Mere Paach ji kehn lage, yes, you might be a swimmer. Remember, a swimmer is somebody that doesn't take assistance and they swim on their own through that ocean trying to get through. But Paach ji say, aha jada hai na. But this ocean of life is such, especially Kaljug, that you will trying to swim on your own, trying your own little ways. Paach ji saying that you're gonna drown. So I might be a swimmer, somebody that wants to escape, and I've tried these things myself. I thought, let me put this into place, let me put that into place. But Paach is saying, nahi, pyarya, you're a swimmer, so you're one step ahead because you're trying. You want to escape, but you keep drowning. But you, now, when you surrender to the Guru, and the Guru gives you Naam, then you can get across. You can escape from all of these difficult, these how should we term it? These are that they're very challenging. They can be very difficult to try and get yourself out of them. Then Paach kende har ki laaj rakho, har jan ki ardas. Sangat ji always talk about this. Kinni kwari apa andron ਉਸ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਦੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੁਕਾਰਦੇ ਆ, ਆਪਾਂ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ. ਭਗਤ ਰਵਿਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਨੇੜੇ ਆ. How many times do we actually do that? We often might open up social media to look for the answers on a certain page. We might open a certain book. Yes, I'm not saying these aren't ways, these aren't things that can help us, but ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਬੈਠਾ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਕਹਿ ਰਵਿਦਾਸ ਹਾਥ ਪੈ ਨੇੜੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਹੱਥਾਂ ਪੈਰਾਂ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਵੀ ਨੇੜੇ ਆ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ that one that is even closer to you. How can we even imagine that? ਹੱਥ ਆਪਣਾ ਆ ਦੇਖੋ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੱਥ ਆ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਹੱਥ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਵੀ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ. It's that one is even closer than your hand. ਪੈਰਾਂ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਵੀ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਘੱਟ ਵਾਸੀ ਸਰਬ ਨਿਵਾਸੀ ਨੇੜੇ ਹੀ ਤੇ ਨੇੜਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ because that one is ਘੱਟ is in every part of you. You have a thought at the core of that thought, for that thought to be possible to be produced is that one. ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਤਾਂ ਪਾਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਲਾਜ ਰੱਖੋ ਹਰ ਜਨ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ keep my honor ਕਹਿੰਦੇ save me ਜਦੋਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਏਦਾਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਨਿਕਲ ਜਾਵੇ ਨਾ because every time you tried your own way, you keep failing, you walk into that situation and you still talk about somebody and you think and you kick yourself, you think why did I do that? Now I feel bad. Now imagine if they find out, it's going to ruin my relationship. That's it, the weight's there on your head. But when the ardas comes, Harji, Laj, Rakho, save me. Meri Laj, protect me, Che Padshah. Har Janki, I've come as your servant. I've come as that little servant that is begging before you. Har Japan Japavaho. That you, Vaheguru Ji, Japavaho, you make me meditate. Because ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਉਸ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣਾ ਆ. Even this I beg before you that Vaheguru Ji bless me to be able to meditate on your name. Har japan japavaho. Japavaho, Sangat Ji, if you look, the word itself, japavaho, it's a verb. So, and then the last akkar is ha onkar. It's saying, it's an ardas to say to you, saying Guru Sahab, saying tusi japavaho. Apna, you make me meditate, Vaheguru Ji. Apna, second person. Apna ham mangi. Maaf karna, the bisram comes. Har japan japavaho. Apna ham mangi bhagat ekaki. Padshah, Sache Padshah Ji is here saying to us, Kende ham mangi bhagat ek. I only beg here for one thing. Just one thing. Ekaki means one. And what is that I'm begging for? Bhagat is that I'm devoted to you, Vaheguru Ji. To your name. Rahao Padshah Ji saying, can they contemplate this? Har ke sevak se har pyare. Padshah Ji kende har ke sevak se har. Those that become a servant of that one, Vaheguru Ji, kende they are so beloved to Vaheguru Ji. Jin japeo har bachna ki. Sangat Ji, this gives it away to say that the boat that we sit on is the boat of the Guru. And because this word here, Bachanaki, yes, Jinna Japil, somebody could say that, yes, okay, that's fine, I'll start meditating on God's name. But over here, Sache Pachi kende har Bachanaki. Can if you're gonna maaf karna Bachanaki is on its own, har Japil, Bachanaki. But the way for you to do it is through the Bachan, through your Guru's guidance. You've got to take on a Guru. Because a Guru is not only going to give us the mantra, and the Guru, we become initiated. The Guru puts the mantra inside of us. Somebody advising us to just say Vaheguru isn't giving Guru mantra, remember. That could be a training towards getting the Guru mantra. Sangat Ji, through the Guru's guidance, I meditate on God's name. Lekha chitra gupat jo likhya. And when I then sit in the Guru's boat with the Guru's guidance of how to live this life, and then Sangat Ji what happened, lekha chitra gupat jo likhya, then all my past account that was actually written by my Chitra, Sangat Ji is class 2 as that is being recorded. That is Chitra Chitra Sangat ji, when we translate that literally, maaf karna, got a bit mixed up with my words there. So if we translate Chitra literally, Chitra comes from the word painting. And painting is something physical that we see. So our account is being written, even obviously with everything we are doing physically, with these hands, the actions that we do with these feet. But then whatever we speak that can be heard, that would all be classed as the Chitra Lekha. So that is all written. But then there's that Lekha as well. Then that is accounted for as well. What we are thinking, what is more subtle inside of us, our emotions, our thoughts, all of those as well. But then they're saying that Lekha Chitra Gupta jo likhya sab chuti. We escape from it all. Jam ki baki. Jam here is translated to Jam Raj, to the judge of righteousness. Ki baki. Baki Sangaji means the account. So we escape from that account when we sit on the Guru's boat. Then all of that is cleaned and washed away for us. Whatever we've done in the past, then that account won't account anymore. It won't count anymore. Paat ji fi kehn lage kende har ke sant japyo man har ke sant. Those that become the saints of Vaheguru, har ke sant japyo man har, that meditated on the name of God constantly with their mind. Kende lag sangat sad janaki. How were they able to do that? When they attached themselves to the company of saints. Diniyar Sur, and I explained more in detail in yesterday's Katha about what a Sant actually is in the house of Guru Nanak. So we could put the link of yesterday's Hukamnama Sahib Katha in the description if you would like to know what it means accordingly to Gurbani to be a Sant, a saint, and what Sache Paatsaji say about that. So Diniyar Paatsaji then say Diniyar Sur Trishna Agan Bujani. When we give ourselves to the Guru, what happens is Diniyar Sur. Sur Sangatji means the sun. Diniyar means the sun as well, but it's here talking Bujani, it's talking about Aganam. So if you think about a sunset, what this is basically saying, if you think that the sun is setting and everything starts to cool down, it was burning hot before. And in that same way, giving ourselves to the Guru, the burning hot sun starts to set inside of us. That burning hot sun is what? Is the Vishay Vikar that we were so indulged in, we were so involved in. Like the Nindya, like the slander. The burning of all of those things start to set now. Dinir Sur Trishna Agan Bujani. The Agan, the fire of Trishna, desires, these wants, they start to set now. And what happens is Shiv Charyo Chand Chandaki. And then Shiv here is translated to Vaheguruji. Vaheguruji, that one that is complete coolness, Charyo. And then now what's Charyo means when the moon comes out, but it's talking about now what is manifested within us is the Chand, is the moon. That Chandaki means has enlightened us now, which is that coolness of Vaheguruji, that Vaheguruji has become Pargat inside of us now. We've started to realize that Vaheguruji inside of us now through meditating on the name of God, through the guidance of our Guru. And then Guru Ramdas Ji, Sache Paatji, the next pangti, which is the second to last pangti in the Shabad, praising Vaheguruji. As then they praise Vaheguruji, then they finish off with an ardas that we will all finish off with, doing this ardas together after praising Akal Purkh. Tum vad purkh vad agam agochare. Oh Vaheguruji, you are vad, you are the greatest Purkh, greatest being. Vad agam, you are so great Vaheguruji that you are agam, you are apaunchya tusi, that you are out of reach to what? Agochar Sangatji. This word the ada negates the word go. Sangatji refers to our gyan indriya, those of our indriya Sangatji meaning senses that give us gyan, give us knowledge. So for example, our sight. The sense of sight gives us knowledge of our environment, outer environment. Kende agochar, They're saying that you are out of reach, meaning that you can, Waheguru Ji, you can't only be known through these senses. You're beyond even these, beyond this physical sight of mine, beyond how much I can actually hear, the sense of hearing. Agochar tum ape aap apaki, you yourself is everything, Waheguru Ji. And then the ardas to finish off with Jan Nanak ko Prabh Kirpa Kijai. Guru Ramdas Ji Pacha Ji says, Kende Jan Nanak, Kende this humble servant of yours to Waheguru Ji, ko Prabh Kirpa Kijai, bless me with your grace, Waheguru Ji, that Kar Dasan Das Tasaki, that I become the servant of the servants of the servants. Guru Ramdas Ji Pacha ne ardas kiti that may I be able to remain as not just only a servant of God, but those that are servants of God. Let me not even just only become a servant of them, but those that serve them. Let me become a servant of those. Sangat Ji constantly showing so much humility. When I read Gurbani and when I then read other forms of books and wisdom and knowledge, that one thing that we'll always find in Gurbani is the sheer humility that Guru Sahib Ji themselves showed and had. Not very often are we going to find that anywhere else. Guru Sahib Ji or Nimrta de Punj san was that embodiment of humility, Sangat Ji. So let us do the ardas that we can become the servants of the servants of the servants as well. इतनी एक बेनतियां प्रवान एक नहीं पर अनेक कहीं गलतियां हो गई अनजान बच्चा समझ के बख्श देना संगत जी। आओ राल मिल के गाज बाज के बुलाइए फतेह जियो। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। वाहिगुरु।